way back when Marvel first announced their movie slate for Phase 3. Inhumans sat happily far off in the date of November 2018. You remember that? Right before the Infinity War Part 2. Remember that? Fast forward to now, and Inhumans is now a show on ABC for some reason. And the first episodes were available in IMAX for some reason. And I was lucky enough to be able to see them. Is the Inhumans really as bad as the world wants you to think it is? No. And yes. Maybe. So let's start off with the good. We all know that ABC's Marvel shows will never get as serious or as gritty as the Netflix Marvel shows. Let's just get that out of the way right now. There's always this layer of cheese that surrounds the Marvel ABC TV shows. I don't understand why, but it just kind of is there. And that's okay. The Inhumans is no exception. Once you get past some of the corniness that might pop up here and there, it's really not that bad. Now, the story is as predictable as you can imagine. If I told you that this story has something to do with the royal family and about betrayal, I'm sure you'd be able to stitch together what happens. The good guys are good, and the bad guys are bad, and it's super obvious. Like, seriously, if he was my little brother, I'd be kicking his little ass all the time. He looks evil, he sounds evil, he's evil. You could tell from the first time you see him. But in all, the story that they're trying to set up and tell is interesting enough. The setting is cool and different enough to stand out from the other Marvel properties. I mean, the show takes place in Hawaii. That's kind of cool. All the characters are kind of bland, to be honest, except for two. The two that stand out are Karnak and Black Bolt. Now, I don't want to spoil Karnak's abilities because they're freaking cool and kind of OP, but they don't show it all that often, so I'm kind of want to leave that as a surprise. Of course, they got to find a way to nerf him, considering he's OP. They kind of nerf everybody in the show, which is irritating, but okay. Medusa too, they had to nerf her ass. I'm not going to explain how. Of course, she has her abilities for like a second, and then they're gone. But the other standout was Black Bolt, the man of few words. There's something pretty bad about how he carries himself. The strong, silent type. I mean, he has to. His voice, his words can literally level entire cities, so it's best to keep conversations short and sweet. And everybody shows the king respect, damn it. Anybody who steps out of line gets the death stare, boy. He just looks at him like, don't make me say words. Now, on to the bad. The show is getting huge criticism from everybody. For this and that, I think the giant flaw in the show is that it's just kind of unoriginal and uninspired. It's nothing you haven't seen before, and I think that's why people are tearing the show apart. It's very by the numbers, been there, seen that. Like, as far as the characters and plot is concerned, nothing is really new. Nothing. If you miss the show, you're not really missing much. Not to say that you should not watch the show. It's just that criticism where they're saying the show is just kind of meh. There's some merit to it. So I'm going to make this real easy and break it down like this. If you are the type of person that follows everything that pertains to the MCU, so I mean all the movies, all the TV shows, be it on Netflix or ABC, so Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter, if you are that type of person, then Inhumans is just more to love. Now, for the other people, for the people who need every MCU movie and show to be perfect, the ones who only see the main movies and maybe that one Netflix show you heard of, then this show won't be winning you over. Obviously, the show is terribly unoriginal, and it's nothing you haven't seen before, but it is not as bad as the internet is painting it. I promise you, it's not. That's why I'm giving the Inhumans a 3 out of 5. So my question for today is, what's your favorite MCU show? If I was a betting man, I'd say most of you guys are going to say Daredevil, but I don't know. Luke Cage is my favorite, though. Go ahead and comment your answer down below. And if you enjoyed this video, why don't you hit that like button? And if you want to see more reviews like this, go ahead and subscribe as well. I'll see you folks next time.
Man, you look at the sky. All the stars, man, the stars are beautiful.